Salvete omnes, and welcome to Acroasis XXIV. Today we're going to be talking about fourth conjugation, present and future tense. So first, let's think about what is fourth conjugation. We've mentioned this a few times in class, but let's just think about and refresh our memories. So first, remember conjugations are categories of verbs which are identified by the second principal part of that verb. So the conjugations we know so far are first, which is when the second principal part ends in are, second when it ends in ere with the macron over the e, and third, ere without the macron. Now, fourth, the newest and last conjugation, ends in ire, ire. So now let's think about present tense. Now remember, present tense, usually we have step one, first person singular is the first principal part. That will stay the same for fourth conjugation as well. The next steps are going to be very similar to the ones that you've already used for first and second conjugation. So second principal part, take off the re. That's the first step. Next, add your endings s, t, mus, tis, and unt. Notice this time we have the unt, but we do not have the eyes hanging out previously because that's coming from the second principal part. Step 4, translation. I verb, I am verbing, and I do verb. That has not changed throughout any of the conjugations. Nota bene, like third conjugation, fourth conjugation uses unt for the third plural, but the difference is it doesn't lose the I from its stem, so you still keep that I hanging out there, and then you just add the unt afterwards. So the full ending will be iunt. Now let's try and practice it. Facite hanc rem, do this thing. So first we're going to conjugate the fourth conjugation verb, audio, audire, audivi, auditum, which means to hear or to listen. It's from your vocabulary this stage. First step, take the first person singular, which is audio. That is the first principal part, and it will be the first person singular. Step 2. For all the other forms, we're going to use audi, which is audire minus the re. So that will be our stem for all the rest of the forms. Go on and write that down 5 times after you've written audio. The third step is we're going to add the endings st, mus, tis, and unt. Now, add those endings to your stem and you have the present tense done. Step 4, we'll translate it. I hear, I am hearing, I do hear would be audio, and of course we're going to translate each and every single form that you have there. So take a moment, pause the video, and finish conjugating audio in present tense and translate each form. Resume when you are ready. Now, let's check your work. First, audio. I hear. Audis. You hear. Audit. He, she, or it hears. Audimus, we hear. Auditus, you all hear. And audiunt, they hear. Now again, remember, the I still stays from the stem. You just add a unt after it. So audiunt has 2 vowels, both in there. Now let's talk about future tense. The first part is going to be the same as what we had with the other one. You're still going to use second principal part, and we're going to take off the re. The next step is we're going to add the endings am, es, et, emus, estis, ent. Now this, of course, is going to be the ones we use because remember 1 and 2 use bo, be, boo, but 3 and 4 use a and e for evermore, or a5e. So we're going to use am, es, et, not bo, bis, bit. The next step is to translate, and it will translate as I will verb. And again, remember, just as I said, third and fourth, use the A and E forms for future. Now, let's practice one. Conjugate the fourth conjugation verb, audio, audire, audivi, auditum, in future tense. So we're going to go by it step by step, and then I'm going to ask you to pause and complete it, and then check your work. So, step 1, all the forms are going to use audi. So take off the re from audire, and you're left with audi. The next step is you need to add the endings am, es, et, emus, etis, and ent. Then you need to translate each form. So audi with its ending am, audi am, will be I will hear. So pause the video now and finish conjugating this form of audio. Okay, let's check your work. Audiam, audiez, audiet, audiemus, audietis, audient is what you should have written. Audiam, I will hear. Audiez, you will hear. Audiet, he, she, it will hear. Audiemus, we will hear. Audietis, you all will hear. And audient, they will hear. Note we kept the I from the stem. This isn't like third conjugation where you take off the entire vowel RE. We're just taking off the RE. That concludes this Acroasis. Please make sure you fill in your Google form to check your work, your knowledge, and we will go over this more in class if you have any questions. Valete omnes.